I'm going to share a passage in the Talmud with you. This passage is from Baba Metzia on Daf Nuntet Amud Bet. This is talking about the oven of Achnai. What is Achnai? Rabbi Yehuda said in the name of Shmuel that the hollow of the oven was in a serpentine fashion. An Achnai is a snake in Aramaic. The Sanhedrin said it was impure. It could become impure and could not be purified. That day, Rabbi Eliezar Hagadol, otherwise known as Rabbi Eliezar, son of Horkanos, gave all the reasons in the world why the oven of Achnai was pure. They didn't accept his reasons, no matter how brilliant and wonderful they were. They had their reasons, and they didn't accept his reason. He said, if the law is like me, let the carob tree prove it. They went to look at the carob tree, and it was immediately, miraculously uprooted and flew 50 meters in one direction before it landed. Some say it flew through the air 200 meters, or 400 cubits. They said, we don't accept the law from a carob tree. We don't learn the law from a miracle. He said, if the water channel flows backwards, then the law is like me. They saw the water channel, the aqueduct flowing backwards. The Sanhedrin said, we don't learn the law from from an aqueduct. If the law is like me, said Rabbi Eliezer, let the walls of the Beit HaMidrash prove it. The walls of the Beit Midrash, the house of study, started to fall, collapse in on the Sanhedrin. Rabbi Yoshua shouted at the walls of the house of study and said, the Torah scholars are winning one another. What do we care about what you do? What's it to you? The Torah is for the Torah scholars to decide, not the walls to decide. Out of respect to Rabbi Yoshua, they didn't fall down. And out of respect for Rabbi Eliezer, they didn't come all the way back up. They stayed a little bit tilted. Rabbi Eliezer went back and said, if the law is like me, let it be proved from heaven. A voice came forth from heaven and said, why are you starting up with Rabbi Eliezer? Because the law is like him. The law is like him, like Rabbi Eliezer. The voice in heaven said, the law is like him in every place. Rabbi Yeshua stood on his feet and he said, it's written in the Holy Torah, the Torah is not in heaven. What does it mean the Torah is not in heaven? Rabbi Yirmiyah explained that the Torah was already given from Mount Sinai. And we do not pay attention with regards to the adjudication of the Torah, the way to perform the mitzvot of the Torah. We do not look at heavenly voices and not at miracles. God says what to do, and the Sanhedrin gives the interpretation of what to do. And the Torah, and how do we, it says in the Torah, Acharei Rabim Hatot. You must follow the majority rule. This ended the discussion. Rabbi Natan met Rabbi Eliyahu Hanavi, and he asked him, what was God doing at that time in heaven when we had the discussion of Rabbi Eliezer? Eliyahu Hanavi said, God was smiling and saying, he smiled, happy, and said, my sons have won me over. My sons have won me over. He said on that day they took all of the things that Rabbi Eliezer said were pure, all of the objects and all of the foods, anything that was deemed pure according to his decisions, and they burned them. The continuation of the story with Bli Neder Bezrat Hashem will be following.